The largest problem facing the Black community is not systemic racism, not the need for critical race theory, not the need for reparations. The largest problem facing the Black community is the large number of Black children who enter the world without a father married to the mother. Eric Holder gave a speech around the time this controversy was going on. And he said, blatant racism, the kind of racism that Donald Sterling was doing, we got that. That's not the problem. It's the pernicious racism in America that's the problem. And he gave 3 examples. Example number 1, he called pernicious racism is the move for voter ID. The problem with calling that pernicious racism is that the Supreme Court ruled 6-3 that voter ID was a legitimate way of ensuring voter integrity. And the person who wrote the case was John Paul Stevens, the most liberal justice there. Virtually every poll I've ever seen finds Black people support voter ID almost to the same level as whites do. So if the move towards voter ID is racist, you have to explain to me why the majority of Blacks support a racist move toward voter ID. It's nonsense. The second thing he said was that a Black criminal who commits the same criminal as does a white criminal gets a longer sentence. And that's true. The U.S. Sentencing Commission, on which Ketanji Brown Jackson used to sit, found that the average Black criminal compared to the white criminal gets about a 19.5% longer sentence than does the white criminal. But the Sentencing Commission also said this, which Eric Holder did not mention in the speech, that the average criminal has more convictions than the average white criminal. Average Black criminal has more convictions than the average white criminal. And judges take that into consideration when they determine the sentencing. And they said the reason for the discrepancy was because of legitimate variables. The third thing that Holder said was pernicious racism is the fact that Black boys are kicked out more than are white boys in any given high school. Jesse Jackson, some years ago, when Decatur, Illinois school board kicked out a bunch of Black boys after a football game, they were fighting, so they kicked out a bunch of Black boys. And Jesse Jackson flew in and accused the Decatur school board, all white, of being racist, systemically racist, for kicking out these boys. And he filed a lawsuit against them. And the Decatur school board noted that irrespective of the race of the teacher, of the race of the principal, of the race of the school board, all around the country, Black boys were disproportionately kicked out of school compared to white boys. Even in Oakland, where the school board was all people of color, Black boys were kicked out disproportionately compared to white boys. That's because they were acting out. It was completely, totally untrue. The largest problem facing the Black community is not systemic racism, not the need for critical race theory, not the need for reparations. The largest problem facing the Black community is the large number of Black children who enter the world without a father married to the mother.